From the Detroit Free Press, I'm Robin Chan with today's voice briefing. It's Wednesday, October 11th, 2023.
This is Lily Altavina with the Detroit Free Press. Ann Arbor school superintendent has been ousted seemingly because of a lawsuit over the assault of a student with autism on a school bus and the district's actions after that assault. But that assault isn't the only school bus incident involving a student with autism in the past 5 years. I've tracked at least half a dozen incidents where autistic students have been lost, assaulted, choked, and even died due to safety issues. In the case of 13-year-old Zaire Harris, a school bus driver failed to drop the student off in front of his home, as his mom says she was required to do, and didn't deploy her stop or warning lights. Zaire dashed across the street and was killed by oncoming traffic in April 2022. His mother is still grieving. To read why officials say this keeps happening, head to freep.com.
Hi, I'm Arben Lovo. I cover politics and state government in Michigan for the Detroit Free Press. Governor Gretchen Whitmer and other state officials announced the launch of a $20 million marketing campaign designed at getting people to move to Michigan on Tuesday. Called the You Can in Michigan campaign, it will feature TV and radio ads and other materials highlighting what Michigan can offer, particularly for young workers.
Want to work in industries that are shaping the future? You can, in Michigan. Take the next step in your career or receive training in electric.
The campaign is another part of the state's ongoing effort to boost its population. Earlier this year, Whitmer announced the formation of a council tasked with providing policy recommendations to grow Michigan's population. That report is slated to be unveiled this December. As part of the campaign, ads will run in key markets like New York, San Francisco, Austin, and elsewhere. Michelle Grinnell, Vice President of Marketing and Communications for the Michigan Economic Development Corporation, or MEDC, said those markets all have a high density of talent in tech industries, as well as people with ties to Michigan. Quentin Messer Jr., the MEDC CEO and president, said the state hopes to attract talent to work in industries like mobility, automation, fintech, agribusiness, and more. Overall, the state is spending $59 million on talent attraction through MEDC.
From Lansing Bureau Chief Paul Egan. Forcing winners of huge lottery jackpots to publicly reveal their identities is like, quote, throwing meat in a shark-infested ocean, end quote, says a Michigan lawmaker who wants to give lucky claimants the option to remain anonymous. House Bill 4048, sponsored by State Representative Pat Outman, would allow winners of multi-state lotteries to keep their identities secret. The bill was unanimously voted out of a House committee Tuesday. Outman told the House Regulatory Reform Committee on October 3rd that the internet makes it, quote, incredibly easy, end quote, to access personal information about big lottery winners, making them susceptible to solicitations, scams, and potentially violence. But the Michigan Lottery opposes the change. Michigan Lottery spokesman Jake Harris said Tuesday, quote, for transparency's sake, being able to show that real people are winning these life-changing prizes, we feel that's important, end quote. For more on this story, you can search for Paul Egan's article, Michigan Bill to Protect Identities of Lottery Winners Advances as Powerball Tops $1.7 billion on Freep.com.
I'm Andrew Burkle with the Free Press Sports Department. And as the college basketball season creeps closer and closer, we still don't know when Michigan basketball coach Juwan Howard will be back on the sidelines after undergoing heart surgery in September. On Tuesday at Big Ten Media Day, Michigan assistant coach Saddi Washington said there is, quote, no timetable for Howard's return right now, but said the coach is feeling fantastic and itching to get back. At the time of the surgery, the university said a ballpark estimation for a recovery time was roughly 6 to 12 weeks, which is actually a pretty huge difference. If he returns on the shorter end of that time frame, he'd be back on October 28th and wouldn't miss any regular season games. But if he's back on the latter end of that, he could be out until early December. Now, the Michigan staff is really confident in their abilities to pick up the slack, with Washington saying this is a veteran staff and their divide and conquer mindset has helped them get the job done. But right now, everyone's focus remains on Howard and getting him back healthy. Washington said there is no doubt that as soon as he's cleared, he's going to come running through the doors, ready to get back to work.
Find more from the Detroit Free Press on Freep.com. That's FREEP.com. Thanks for listening, and you'll hear more from us tomorrow.